Jai Sapadika Shri Sri Guru Gaurachandra Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ju Ki Jai. Oops, I don't know if this is on. Oh, it is on. It is. Sorry. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivratakacha Chastata Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivratakacha Astata Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakha Sri Dardev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai. Welcome to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Morning Class. Dandavat. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitangstam Sajivam Sarvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitangscha Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. Jai Shri Rupa Goswami Ki Jai. Haribo. Jai Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Jai. Continuing to read the first volume of Antya Lila Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ramananda Rai instructs Pradyumna Mishra. This is chapter 5. Text 132 is where we are. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda. Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Ki Jai. Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Chaitanyara Bhaktaganera Nityakara Shanga Tabeta Janiba Siddhanta Samudra Taranga. So Damodar continued. Associate regularly with the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for then only will you understand the waves of the ocean of devotional service. So now we've come to the place in the chapter we've just finished reading where this Brahmin from Bengal had composed something about Mahaprabhu, and Swarup Damodar has given him a great chastisement and also instruction that what you have written is completely incorrect. And he's saying, now he's giving him great hope. Associate regularly with the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for then only will you understand the waves of the ocean of devotional service. Tabete panditya tomara haibe sapala Krishnera Swarupa Lila Varniba Nirmala. Only if you follow the principles of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees will your learning be successful. Then you will be able to write about the transcendental pastimes of Krishna without material contamination. Because there's no possible way to understand what Mahaprabhu is giving, without following the principles given by him. And it is so rare what Mahaprabhu is giving. Guru Maharaj said, not only in this Brahmanda, or in this creation, but in crores of creations and destructions. This is so rare. It is only this very extraordinary time where the influence of Mahaprabhu is there. So it's not so easy. One has to follow this process carefully and not whimsically. It's not going to be it's not going to be so easy to catch it. Easy if one follows, but impossible if one doesn't. Shloka karya chapanya santosha tomara hridayera arte duhaya lage dosha. You have composed this introductory verse to your great satisfaction, but the meaning you have expressed is contaminated by offenses to both Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tumi jai chaitaichakaha na janiyariti saraswati shei shabde karyache stuti. You have written something irregular, not knowing the regulated principles, but the goddess of learning Saraswati has used your words to offer her prayers to the Supreme Lord. So he's saying you don't know what you're doing, but somehow or other, Saraswati, she has used you to, in another way, offer her prayers. Swarup Damodar Goswami informed the Bengali poet, because of your ignorance and your leaning towards Mayavad philosophy, you cannot distinguish the difference between the Mayavad and Vaishnava philosophies. Therefore, the process you have adopted to praise Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannath does not follow the proper system. Indeed, it is irregular and offensive. Fortunately, however, through your words, the goddess of learning, Mother Saraswati, has tactfully offered her prayers to her master, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Swarup Damodar is saying, by your introductory verse, you have committed offenses. But Swarup Damodar himself can pick out something in there which is actually praise of Mahaprabhu. Jai Chendra Daitya Rikare Krishnera Bhartsana Se Shabde Saraswati Karena Stavana. Sometimes demons and even Lord Indra, the king of heaven, chastised Krishna, but Mother Saraswati, taking advantage of their words, offered prayers to the Lord. Vachalam balisham stabdam agyam pandita maninam Krishna martyam upashritya gopame chakrurap apriyam. Lord Indra said, this Krishna, who is an ordinary human being, is talkative, childish, impudent, and ignorant. This is what Indra was saying about Krishna. Although he thinks himself very learned. The cowherd men in Vrindavan have offended me by accepting him. This has not been greatly appreciated by me. Of course, that's from the 10th canto. Aishvarjamade matta indra jaina mato yala buddhina shahaila kevala nahika shambala. Indra, the king of heaven, being too proud of his heavenly opulences, became like a madman. Thus bereft of his intelligence, he could not restrain himself from speaking nonsensically about Krishna. It's a wonderful passage here. Indra bale muni krishnera karyache nindana tara emuke saraswati karena stavana. Thus Indra thought, I have properly chastised Krishna and defamed him. But Saraswati, the goddess of learning, took this opportunity to offer prayers to Krishna. Vachala kahiye veda pravarta kadanya balisha tatapi shishu praya garba shunya. The word Vachala is used to refer to a person who can speak according to Vedic authority. And the word Balisha means innocent. Krishna spoke the Vedic knowledge, yet he always presents himself as a prideless and innocent boy. So Vachala, in what Indra's intention was, and clearly was, because following those words, he tried to kill everyone in Vrindavan for listening to Krishna. So Vachala here means talkative, just talking nonsense. But Saraswati is saying, oh, he can speak according to Vedic authority. And the word Balisha means just a child. But here it means innocent. So although Krishna is he is the source of the Veda, but still he's not, propounding Veda, he's just this innocent cowherd boy. And we've seen this in other incidents too, where it seems that, for example, we just were reading about how Advaita Prabhu is saying to Nitya, I don't know if I should be eating with you. Nobody even knows where you don't seem to belong to any group or anything in the Varnashram. I don't think I should not be sitting with you here. It's going to destroy my Brahminical wealth. So, but the hidden meaning, the inner meaning is, you are transcendental to everything, and to heck with my Brahminical wealth, my Brahminical standing and position. So this, all these things are really sweet. Vanya bhave anamrita stava shabdekai jaha haite anya vigya nahi se agya hoy.
What is the meaning of jaha hoite?
Jaha hoite? Vigna nash. I don't know the literal meaning of that, but in general it means simply by worshipping them, all of the obstacles to devotion are destroyed.
Vigna nash, I think, is destroyed. But jaha hoite, Jaha hoite.
Yeah. Well, you have to look and see the word for word. I can't remember it. Vandya bhave anamra stava sabdekai jaha haite. Oh, here it is. It's right here. Oh, so you saw this ahead of time?
Not in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but in...
No, this is right in the next verse here.
Oh.
Did you not know that?
What?
Isn't that interesting? You're asking that, and those two words are in the next verse that I'm reading, and the translation. So jaha hoite means then whom.
Then whom?
Yeah, other than them.
Whom?
Then whom. So.
Interesting.
Vandya bhave anamra stava sabdekai jaha hoite anya vigya nahi se agya hoy. Other than whom. Okay, when there is no one else to receive obeisance, one may be called anamra, or one who offers obeisances to no one. This is the meaning of the word stabda. And because no one is found to be more learned than Krishna, he may be called agya, indicating that nothing is unknown to him. So in other words, these meanings of these words which were used by Indra to chastise Krishna, now they are being used by Saraswati to glorify Krishna. He doesn't offer obeisances to anyone. He does, but in his pastimes. But there is no one other than him. There is no one beyond him to worship, is the meaning. And then the word stabda. So, okay, let's see. I'm going to go back here. Oh, I see. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Karyachi Ninda. Oh, here. It's in the one before. Oh, I see. Okay. Achalam Badisham Stavam Agyam Panditamaninam Krishna Marcham Upashucha Gopame Chakra Prayam. Talkative, childish, stubdum, and agyam. So, stubdum. So stubdum. Impudent. Someone who's not offering proper respects is impudent. Anyhow, these are very things. And then agya was meant by Indra to mean ignorant. So there's another, agya means ignorant, but it also means that he does not have to keep learning. There is nothing unknown to him. Panditera manya patra hai pandita mane tatapi bhakta vatsalye manushya abhimani. The word pandita mani can be used to indicate that Krishna is honored even by learned scholars. Nevertheless, because of his affection for his devotees, Krishna appears to be like an ordinary human being and therefore may be called martya, or a person, a human who's, Manushya Abhimani. Jar Sandakahe Krishna Purusha Adama Tora Shangena Juhimu Jahi Bandahan. The demon Jarasandha chastised Krishna, saying, "You are the lowest of human beings. Now I shall not fight with you, for you killed your own relatives." In this verse also, Mother Saraswati offers prayers to Krishna. The word Purushadama refers to the personality of Godhead, under whom all other persons remain, or in other words, Purusha Uttama, the best of all living beings. Similar to the word Bandhuhan, means the killer of Maya. In the conditioned state of life, one is closely related with Maya as a friend, but when one comes in contact with Krishna, one is freed from that relationship. So Bandhu means friends, or relative. So Bandhuhan, it's the killer of your relatives, but here it also means the killer of the friendly friendship that we have with Maya. He kills that. Jahaite anya purusha shakala adama shehai purusha adama Saraswati Ramana. Mother Saraswati takes Purushadama to mean Purushottama, he to whom all men are subordinate. Pande sabare tate avidya bandhuhai avidya nashaka bandhuhan shabdekai. Nescience or Maya may be called Bandhu because she entangles everyone in the material world. Therefore, by using the word Bandhuhan, Mother Saraswati is saying that Lord Krishna is the vanquisher of Maya. Everyone is entangled in the illusory energy, but as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Mahameva je prapajante maya metam tarantite. As soon as one surrenders to Krishna, he is freed from Maya. Therefore, Krishna may be called Bandhuhan, the killer of Maya. We could go over these a few times to catch the whole thing. But so here, of course, Swarup Damodar is speaking to this Brahmin poet, or this poet from Bengal, and he's changing the words that the poet used to mean the correct thing, and that flow of Saraswati will come through in that way. E mata shishupala karya nindana Sevaki Saraswati Karena Stavana. Shishupal also blasphemed Krishna in this way, but the goddess of learning Saraswati offered her prayers to Krishna even by his words. Taiche e shloke tomara arte ninda aishe, Swaraswatira arte shunajate stuti bashe. And that way, although your verse is blasphemous according to your meaning, Mother Saraswati has taken advantage of it to offer prayers to the Lord. Jagannatha hana Krishnera atma swarupa, kintu iha daru brahma stavara swarupa. There's no difference between Lord Jagannath and Krishna. But here, Lord Jagannath is fixed as the absolute person appearing in wood. So he is called Daru Brahma. Brahma means divine, or the Lord really, ultimately. And he's appearing in wood. Therefore, he does not move. Tahasaha, well, apparently he does not move. He certainly does move. Tahasaha atmata akarupahanya, Krishna ekatatvarupa duirupahanya. Thus Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although appearing as two, are one because they are both Krishna, who is one alone. Sangsara tarana hetu jaicha shakti, tahara milana kari akatat jaiche prapti. The supreme desire to deliver the entire world meets in the two of them, and for that reason they are one and the same. They both appear in this world to deliver the fallen souls. And they are both Krishna. Krishna is coming in so many forms. Shakala Sangshari Lokera Karite Udara Gora Jangama Rupe Kaila Avatara. So we don't want to take that statement to mean that everyone is equally Krishna. Everything, of course, is his power and his Shakti, all different things. Jiva Shakti, Maya Shakti, Swarup Shakti, all these things are there. But the Supreme Lord is the Supreme Lord. Nobody else is him. He is the origin of all these things. Shakala Sangshari Lokera Karite Udara Goda Jangama Rupe Kaila Avatara. To deliver all the materially contaminated people of the world, that same Krishna has descended in the moving form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagannatera darshane kandaya samsara Shabadeshera Shabaloka Nare Ashibara. By visiting Lord Jagannath, one is free from material existence. But not all men of all countries can come or be admitted here in Jagannath Puri. We can go to Jagannath Puri, but we cannot go into the temple. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Deshe Deshe Yanya Shabaloke Nishtarila Jangama Brahmahanya. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, moves from one country to another, personally or by his representative. Thus he, as the moving Brahman, delivers all the people of the world. Saraswati ra arta e kahilum virvarana akobhagya tomara aiche karile varnana. Thus I've explained the meaning intended by Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning. It is your great fortune that you have described Lord Jagannath and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that way. Although that was not his intention. He wrote all these things without, very improperly, with the improper understanding and expression. But Saraswati, those who can understand the deeper thing, can see that Saraswati is expressing something else. And of course that was Swarup Damodar's great qualification, that he can see that and bring it out clearly. Krishna gali dite kare nama ucharana se nama hayatara muktira karana. Sometimes it so happens that one who wants to chastise Krishna utters the holy name, and thus the holy name becomes the cause of his liberation. Tape se kavi sabara charane padiya sabara sharana laila dante trinalanya. Upon hearing this proper explanation by Swarup Damodar Goswami, the Bengali poet fell down at the feet of the devotees, of all the devotees, and took shelter of them with a straw in his mouth. So he was like, whoa! I've never been so insulted in all my life. He was like, phew. Shabe shaba bhakta tare angikara kaila tara guna kahi mahaprabhure milaila. Thereupon all the devotees accepted his association, explaining his humble behavior. They introduced him to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Se kavi sarvatyaji rahila nila chale gora bhakta ganera kripa ke kahite pare. By the mercy of the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that poet from Bengal gave up all other activities and stayed with them at Jagannath Puri. Who can explain the mercy of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Eta kahilu prajumna mishra vivarana prabhura agyai kaila krishna katara shravana. I have thus described the narration concerning Pradyumna Mishra and how, following the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he listened to the discourses about Krishna spoken by Ramananda Rai. So that was the beginning of the chapter. Tara majje kahilu Ramanandera mahima apane Shri Mukhe Prabhu varne jang rasima. Within the narration, I have explained the glorious characteristics of Sri Ramananda Rai, through whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally described the limits of ecstatic love for Krishna. Prashtave kahilo kavira nataka vivarana agyahanya shraddaya paila prabhura charana. In the course of the narration, I have also told about the drama by the poet from Bengal. Although he was ignorant, because of his faith and humility, he nevertheless obtained the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Lila Amritera Shar Eka Lila Prabhahe Vahe Shata Shatadar. The pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the essence of nectar. From the stream of one of his pastimes flow hundreds and thousands of branches. Unlimited. You could say unlimited. Everything Mahaprabhu is doing is infinite, has the infinite characteristic. So many things are there. We're only seeing a few things. Maybe, hopefully. Shradhakari lila jay pade shune Gora lila bhakti bhakta rasa tattva jane. Anyone who reads or hears these pastimes with faith and love can understand the truth about devotional service, devotees, and the transcendental mellows of the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Jara Asha Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila 5th chapter, describing how Pradyumna Mishra received instructions from
The Lord.
Ramananda Rai, from Ramananda Rai,
Right.
by the grace of the Lord. He received the instruction of Mahaprabhu to receive the instructions from Ramananda Rai.
Is this after or before the famous conversation they had?
After,
After?
yeah. Because now Ramananda Rai has come to Puri and he's living in Puri. Before he was living in Vidyanagar. And that when Mahaprabhu was touring South India, he met with Ramananda Rai, and then after that Ramananda Rai came to stay permanently with Mahaprabhu in Puri.
Remember Munindra Prabhu? He came yesterday to the program.
Who?
His name is Munindra. He was an Indian person.
Oh, really?
He
His
told
name is
Sudarshan-
Munindra.
He told Sudarshan and I that he's from the town where Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai had the
Oh,
conversation.
Vidyanagar. Really?
And actually he said like he lives next to that river.
Really? Oh my gosh. The Godavari. Yeah, he seemed a very faithful person. Where did you meet him? Or how did we meet
I
him?
met him yesterday, but he has come the last year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he lives far away from here. He comes with bus.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, he seems very nice. And Christian didn't come this time.
Christian? No.
Ah.
Well, we saw him after like at 4 p.m. He was working.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
came to take prasad after.
Really?
At 6.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear that. Oh, this one boy we were talking about, some very wonderful people are coming to the temple and asking so many lovely questions. It's really it's actually quite surprising to me, that kind of quality of those questions. It's really astonishing. Chamatkar for me. All right then. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj ki
Jai.
Jai. Jai Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai.
Jai.
All right. So now we are just finishing here in the Upadeshamrita. This section here in the explanations of the 7th verse of Upadeshamrita, and Srila Guru Maharaj has just described, and very nicely, something that we should review often, the 10 offenses against the holy name of the Lord. So let's go through the Upadeshamrita up to, including verse number 7. We're not finished at all with this purport. There's a lot more, many, many, many pages more in this verse. We can finish by Kartik, the way we're going. Jai Shri Rupa Goswami ki Jai, Shri Upadeshamrita ki Jai, Shri Rupa Nuga Guvarga ki Jai. Vacho vegam manasakroda vegam, jiva vegam udara pasta vegam, etan vegam yo vishaheta dhira, sarvam apimam pritivim sastisyat. Number 1 is, where are you? The 6 urges. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha, janasangaschaloyam cha sadbir bhakti vinashati. Those 6 things which destroy devotion, we should take them very seriously. Destroy is a strong, again, big nash. Nash is in this word. That's vinashati. They destroy. Utsahan nishayadharya tat karma pravartanat sangatyaga sato vritte sabir bhakti prasidyati. These are the 6 qualities which give nourishment to devotion. Tadati pratigradnati guhyam makyati pruchati bhunkte bojayate chaiva sadvidam pritilakshanam. So these are these 6 exchanges of affection between devotees. So we should also remember these things and have a very nice relationship with our friends, and especially the higher devotees, and what to speak of Gurudev. Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta dikshasti chet pranatibhischa bhajantamisham shushushaya bhajana vigyam ananyamanya nindati sunya hridamipshita sangalabhya. So this is our different understandings and how to associate with persons who are chanting the holy name of the Lord in different levels. Tishtai sabhava janite vapushascha doshe na prakritatvam iha bhakta janasya pasyet gangam basam iha kalu buddha pena panke brahmadravat vam apagachati niradharmai. Do not consider devotees in this world mundane because of some external thing. And this, of course, is in different levels. And this, of course, was supremely shown just in the last verses. In fact, maybe it's in every verse of Chaitanya, chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Sanatana Goswami with so many sores, and Mahaprabhu doesn't care a thing about that. And of course, Ramananda Roy being said, doing something which was considered to be questionable, but of course with the expression of extremely pure devotion. And so we are very, 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 very careful about this. And also not to concentrate on some external remnant in our friends, and to concentrate and associate Jai Mahaprabhu with the portion of the practitioner devotee which is inspired, in which the Gurudev is living and showing himself, and the other things try to minimize. We don't want to really associate with that either by criticism or by association. But it's not that we don't notice, and we really must have try to be like the bumblebee, which is attracted to the fragrant part, and not the fly that is attracted to the unfragrant part. But still, it depends on our service, and we may have to give some instruction, or so many things may have to happen. It's not that we're blind, but not to unnecessarily concentrate on that. That would be bad for us. Syat Krishna Nama Charitari Sitapya Vidya Pito Patapta Rasanasya Radochikanu Kinvadaram Anudinam Kalushaiva Jushta Swadvikramad Bhavati Nadgadam Gulahantri. And that is about?
We see the last line, the verse.
Sadvikramad Bhavati Tadgadamulahantri. And it is, of course, about the sugar candy of the holy name, which dispels the disease. Can you just see? Dispels the ignorance, the jaundice-like ignorance of our tongue, so that we can gradually become freed from that disease and taste the sweetness of the medicine. So now we're on page 161, right in the middle. So now
Unknown number.
I have to I forgot to put it on airplane mode. But
Do you want me to put it on there?
Yes, please. I usually do, actually. I don't usually have my phone off of airplane mode in the early morning, because there's so many persons trying to sell you something. That's just not how I want to start my day. So here we're about to hear about Namabas. That's very important. These are 10 offenses against the name. We must be careful about all these offenses. Then there are the 4 types of Abhas, or shadowy expression of the name. Sanketyam, Parihasyam, Va, Stobam, Helanam. Chanting the name indirectly, jokingly, mnemonically, or neglectfully. Okay. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Sanketya means that when we handle one thing, another thing comes out of that. Our meaning goes to another place. Sanketya Namabhas is present in the famous case of Ajamil. When Ajamil was, you don't have to worry, Prabhu. I forgot, I have to unlock it, but don't worry about that. I don't think there'll be another one. When Ajamil was half unconscious in a coma, he was dying. He suddenly found 3 awkward and dangerous figures before him. Do you remember? When Ajamil was half unconscious in a coma because he was dying, remember Ajamil? He suddenly found 3 awkward, dangerous figures before him. They are called the Yamadutas. They come to take the subtle body out of the body.
You're speaking about these. Was he a Muslim or was he a Brahma that he became very offensive?
Yes. He married a prostitute. He married a very low-class woman, and she's just like, I want some money, and he doesn't know how to make money. He's just a Brahmin boy, like priestly person. But because of that association, he became incredibly degraded. Like a criminal, murderer. I mean, like the worst. Because of his complete obsession with this incredibly low person. But when Ajamil was half unconscious in a coma, he suddenly found 3 awkward means not symmetrical, awkward and dangerous figures before him. Their hair was standing up straight, their eyes were hateful, they were just, They put a rope around his neck and began to draw it, began to pull him out of his body. Then he suddenly opened his eyes and found that it all happened in a mental vision. He was frightened and remembered that his youngest son, named Narayan, had been playing a little while ago. His attention had been drawn first to his son. He may come and save me from the hands of these furious figures. Then suddenly it came to my mind, what will this little boy do to these furious figures? Then suddenly it came to his mind. Because of his previous connection, he was able to remember. But he called up. Then he felt helpless, and at once from the name, the sound Narayan, the Lord Narayan, God Narayan came to his mind. First he's calling his son. Does that have to be there?
What's that?
Does that have to be there?
You have to read the questions. There are some questions, but I don't want to interrupt later.
Oh, okay. So he felt, first he called Narayan his son, and then because of his previous connection, he thought, what will this boy do? And then he remembered, oh, this is the name of the Lord. And then the Lord said, oh, he's calling me. But when he considered that his son could not cope successfully with these dreadful figures, his thoughts took him to Lord Narayan. And as soon as his heart touched the feet of Narayan, as soon as by the sound of Narayan he meant Lord Narayan, then the four persons came down from the plain of Vaikunta, the Parsha, the associates of Lord Narayan, known as the Vaikunta Dutas, the ambassadors of Lord Vishnu in Vaikunta. They arrived there. Their appearance was very soothing, awe-inspiring, and sympathetic. As soon as these four came down, the atmosphere changed from one of dreadfulness to one of peacefulness. These Vishnu Dutas challenged the three representatives of Yamaraj. Why are you here? They were very commanding. Their voices were very commanding. And they held weapons in their hands. They looked like the Lord. So they had the chakra, they had the club, and they're standing there with commanding voices. Why are you here? The Yamadutas explained, the last moment of Ajamil was drawing near, and he was a very grave sinner, the worst of sinners. So we have come to take him to our Lord, so that he may receive proper punishment there. The Vishnu Dutas replied, what do you say? Did you listen just now to his pronunciation of Narayan? Yes, we heard that, but still you are waiting here? For what purpose? He has taken the name Narayan, but what does it matter? He has committed a great magnitude of sins throughout his whole life, various serious types of sin, and only once he has said Narayan, so what is there in that? Oh, you fellows, you do not know the Shastra. Do you know what pap or sin is, and what punya or virtue is? Yes, we know. Then what is dharma? Veda pranihito dharmo. What is written in the Veda for us to adopt is dharma. So, the Vishnu Dutas are saying, do you know what dharma is? Yes, we know. Then what is it? So maybe I shouldn't have represented them in that voice. But I always remember that in the fifth canto, how the Vishnu Dutas stopped them and actually threatened them. You are going to die if you try to take this man away. So they're very commanding. So then he says, what is dharma? And they say, what is written in the Veda for us to do, that is dharma. Then have you not found it stated in the Veda that if one can take the name of Lord Narayan, one is absolved of all the sins of his previous life? No, we don't know that. In this way, a sort of fight or debate went on between the two, and the Yamadutas were vanquished. In a commanding tone, the Vishnu Dutas told them, go back to your master and inform him that Ajamil has pronounced the name of Narayan in some manner, and thus his jurisdiction has changed. Because he chanted Nam Abbas. He didn't chant Nam Aparad. He wasn't committing sin, thinking, oh, I'm going to chant Narayan and everything will be okay. That's Nam Aparad. It was Nam Abbas. He was terrified. He's just calling out the name of Narayan. And by doing so, he suddenly remembered Narayan. Whatever little sin he may possess even now will be considered in the court of Narayan. Now he's not under your jurisdiction anymore. Not in your master's jurisdiction, the Karma Kanda. Go and tell him this. You do not know all of these things. So they're sending the Yamadutas back to Yamaraj and tell him what happened, and he will understand. why we have come here. You do not know, but he will know. So you go back and tell him what happened. Don't stay here thinking you have your duty to do. I am commanding you, you go back. And they had to go back. The Yamadutas went away and told Yamaraj everything, and Yamaraj then explained to him, what the Vishnu Dutas have said is all correct. But such cases are very rarely found. So I did not feel it necessary to teach you all these things. I didn't mention it. This is so a rare thing. This is a very rare case. But if you find such persons again in the future, please show my namaskar, my respect to them. Rather than dragging them away to hell, rather you, on my behalf, you show your respect to such a person. Ajamil heard all these things. He heard the entire argument. And after the Yamadutas left, the Vishnu Dutas did so as well. Then Ajamil was left alone, and he reflected, what is the matter with me? I was a Brahmin son, and I used to engage in holy practices, but suddenly my mind fell into a trap, and I deviated from my former life. I took up the life of a debauchee, and for a long time I committed so many offenses, sins, and crimes. There is no end to them. But now in my final days I took the name of Narayan only once, and such a wonderful thing happened. So Narayan is there, religion is there, devotion is there, everything is there. I will no longer participate in my former life. Narayan is there. This is all existing and not affected by me or by the material world. It is all existing beyond the material world. No illusion can touch or affect that plane in any way. We simply must connect again. We must connect. Ajamil then arose and started directly for Haridwar, saying nothing to the family. He went straight to Haridwar, and there he began chanting, Narayan, Narayan. So emancipation, liberation is possible only by only one name of Narayan. This is Namabhas. The sinful tendencies from the whole of Ajamil's life disappeared, and he got mukti by chanting one name of Narayan. He did not, however, get any engagement in service in Vaikuntha. He did not get bhakti. He simply got mukti, liberation from the negative side, and not any positive merit, so that he would be taken to the internal portion of Vaikuntha. So he had to continue. He had to practice now in devotional life, in the positive life. Because he heard that conversation and he had that previous existence, he's thinking, now I must go forward in my life. So he went to Haridwar, and there he began to take the name of Narayan. And when the time came, those 4 persons, the Vishnu Dutas, came to him with a chariot and took him to Vaikuntha. This is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Sanketya Namabhas. Ajamil's son was the cause of excitement for him to go to the Vaikuntha conception of Narayan. So putting something somewhere and a different result comes out. That is the Sanketya. He was only calling out the name of his son. But then he considered, what's my son going to do about this? As the Bhagavatam describes the family members as fallible soldiers, they also will not survive to save me and protect me. So he's thinking, these horrible men, furious men with ropes. They put a rope around my neck to drag me away. What is my son going to do? But because of his previous life, he knew, oh, Narayan. Narayan is the Lord. And that was Namabha. Sometimes it may be and sometimes it may not be. It depends on the sweet will of the Lord. Oh, excuse me. This is I'm going to read this paragraph again. This is Sanketya Namabhas. Ajamil's son was the cause of excitement for him to go to the Vaikuntha conception of Narayan. This is Sanketya, and this affects liberation. By such Namabhas, mukti is attained, but not bhakti, not seva. By Namabhas, one does not gain any serving engagement, but only emancipation from the negative side, release from the sinful and exploiting nature. So we can finish that with this last paragraph about this Sanketya Namabha. So tomorrow we'll try. I think that, remember when we put up the Nama Parads on the wall?
The Nama Parads, when we put?
Oh no, we didn't do that yet. Because I wanted to add the Namabha also. So now we have very nice explanation of all of these. One thing I should say in this connection is that there is no guarantee that anyone's taking the name will produce Namabhas. There is the interference of the Lord there. The Lord's will is coming into play there. Sometimes it may be, and sometimes it may not be. It depends on the sweet will of the Lord. He may come in a particular way, or he may not come, as there may be a crime, an offense, or aparad in anyone's taking of the name. So we're not thinking that if anyone says the name of Krishna, he's liberated. That's not necessarily so. So we don't know, but Krishna knows. So probably, would you like to read that? Is there some question there?
There's a question that has, it doesn't have anything to do with the Upadesamrita.
Okay.
But it's by Q. Any stories about Sri Sri Guru Gaurachandra you? If not today, eventually.
Are there stories about Mahaprabhu? Is that the question?
About the deity here on this thing.
Oh, you're speaking about when Mahaprabhu came here?
Yeah, what he's saying.
Okay.
Any stories about Sri Sri Guru Gaurachandra you?
Oh, I see.
If not today, eventually.
Okay, sure. Yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah. Hare Krishna, but now we're out of time. So yes, we can tell something about the appearance of Mahaprabhu here. And I'm grateful that you brought it up. So we can, that's a good idea. And even for our website,
or for Friday programs.
For the Friday program. So, all right, so that's very good. So maybe for the Friday program we can tell some of the history of Mahaprabhu's appearance here. It's a good idea. All right. Jai. Jai Sri Sri Upadesamrita ki Jai. Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Sri Sad Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. I cannot remember to bring this drum over. Thank you. Shri Giriraj Govardhanju ki jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajaka Astater Siddha Sri Sriman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajaka Astater Siddha Sri Sriman Srila Bhakti Rakak Sri Dardev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Laharidas Thakur ki jai. Shri Narottam Shamananda Srinivas Thakur Prabhu ki jai. Sad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Saparshad Shriman Mahaprabhu ki jai. Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai. Tadiya Saka Mat ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission ki jai. Kol Kartal ki jai. Hari Nam Sankirtan ki jai. All glories to Hari Nam Sankirtan ki jai. Victory to the world through Hari Nam divine sound. Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala ki jai. Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi ki jai. Nitya Gaur Premanandi Haribol.
Srimati Sri Lekha
Jai
Dasi
Gurudev ki jai. Haribol.
So today with us, as usual, Bhima Krishna Prabhu.
Jai Prabhu.
Ganga Lila Didi.
Dandavat. Jai.
Kumkum Didi ki jai. Bhakti Moni Didi
Jai.
And then the mysterious
Cool.
Q.
His name is Cool.
Cool?
Cool.
Cool. It's cool.
Alright, Haribol Jai.
Oh, well, he's asking how many names for the Lord are there, please?
How many names? Infinite. Infinite number of names, an infinite number of qualities of the Lord. Infinite pastimes, everything infinite. There's one prayer Sahasranam, but that's not, that's many names, but Krishna's names are infinite. Everything about Krishna is infinite.
Jai.
Jai.